I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay, order today.
Hey folks, Carla Sands here, putting in a plug for Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast.
Here he is live on our Zoom call, and I'm looking at him. He's got a really nice jacket on with his U.S. flag lapel pin on his lapel, and he's got his Sally Jesse Raphael glasses on.
You like those glasses, don't you?
I actually like those glasses, but I like picking on you about it. I mean, not many people you see, Ted, wear red frame glasses. Elton John, Sally Jesse Raphael, and Newsmax people like Gene Valentino.
That's kind of a good hand in there. Poker, three of a kind.
I don't know if it's helping or hurting, but I'm stuck with them. So
I love picking on you. I'm sorry. You know what?
Oh, it's okay.
I don't take it as well as I dish it out.
Yeah, we'll work on that too. I'm going to have a little fun with you too.
Yeah. Hey, look. So we were together last Friday, and who would have known, Gene, what the circumstances and events that were going to take place over the next 24 hours. It was just unbelievable. I mean, we were all standing around going, what? I mean, I can't believe this happened. And now we're finding out all kind of things about the Secret Service and their lackluster performance at that Butler, Pennsylvania rally that Donald Trump did. We're just all in shock. We're all thankful that Donald Trump is still here. He wasn't supposed to be here. He was supposed to be dead. And unfortunately, we did lose an American who was just there exercising his right to get himself involved in politics. He tried to cover his family up. He's a hero. He saved his family from a bullet. He took one himself. Corey, I can't remember his last name. That was a beautiful tribute, though, that Donald Trump.
Corey Comparatori. Yeah.
Comparatori. Yeah. So, Donald Trump did something really great. If you saw it last night, he had that uniform and fireman's hat with his name on it. And it just brought me I just choked up when I saw that. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. He's so sorry that happened. He's so sorry that man lost his life because he was supporting him. And there's so many people out here that have seen what has happened in the last few days. And we just can't believe that our country has turned into this terrible place that we are in today with the hate and discontent. And the Democrats want to make everything that Donald Trump does and any of his supporters, they want to make them out to be bad people, when in fact all they're doing is playing a part in the political process in our country. Yeah. Tell me what your thoughts were Saturday, and I know you've got a lot to say, so let's get going with it.
Well, we were coming back from the Council for National Policy in Nashville. We had a conversation last Friday and Friday morning on the show, but we were broadcasting live from Nashville. We were departing on Saturday. And by midday, late in the day on Saturday, we were in the Nashville airport heading back to Pensacola. And I'm making my way to Gate 22 for a Delta flight back to Pensacola. And I'm looking down to try to get my e-ticket pulled up for access into the concourse, into the jetway. And all of a sudden it's blocked. It says that President Trump had just been shot. And as you can imagine, those words alone left you to think just how bad it could, wonder just how bad it could be.
Yeah.
Within a matter of seconds, the story unravels. And while we're getting on a plane for home, I'm wondering what the heck happened to our 45th president. Everyone on the airplane had their digital devices running and the TVs on in the seats, trying to figure out what the reality was. And I hate to say it this way, but thank God he was only grazed in the ear, and he's still with us today to become our 47th president of the United States. The fact of the matter is, this on an isolated event was something we did not talk about last Friday, but this is, I looked over to Maureen and I said, he's now just won the election. He will be our 47th president, and the Democrats, in turn, have had a spiraling down meltdown of bad behavior going on in their ranks. This Kimberly Cheatle, who's the director of the Secret Service, under Alejandro Mayorkas, Homeland Security of all people, failed miserably in protecting the dynamics of the circumstances on the site on that day and the pre-planning before that event. They ran that rally the way they're running the border. And this is typical of their mismanagement. They're more concerned about DEI, number of women, number of minorities, and less concerned about the best person for the job. I don't need someone with a nail through their nose and 4 colors of their hair just to be equal and diverse. I need the best person for that job without regard to race, creed, color, hair colors, nails and noses, or anything else in between. I need to know that we are putting the best people in the job. And when Trump gets in, this DEI BS will go down the drain the way the Biden campaign is this next few hours. It appears, jumping on you just for a second, it appears, Michael, that the Biden family is holding out to try to figure out what they can salvage before they allow daddy or hubby to leave the campaign for president of the United States. Here's the challenge, and Sean Hannity has said it yesterday and today. How do you get a guy to agree to leaving the campaign for presidency, in one sense, to allow for whatever debacle they bring in behind him, and think that it's okay for him to stay in office until November? You mean he's incompetent and unable to run for office, but he's competent enough to be in office? Is a contradiction in terms. It's a clear, it's clear stupidity. I see, you and I have said this more than once. We predicted, and it's coming before the election, the complete meltdown of the Democrat Party, the gangster-like mentality, the antics of Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Jerry Nadler, Adam Schiff, Hakeem Jeffries, people who are more worried about, they're not worried about Joe Biden. They're worried about the impact Joe Biden has to the Democrats and the down ticket for the next election. Let's talk about that. They don't care about Donald Trump. They definitely don't care about the guy they got propped up and they're using literally as a puppet for their own personal illegal intentions. And here we have a Secret Service who is not willing to step up and face a hearing the same way her boss, Alejandro Mayorkas, avoiding subpoenas before Jim Jordan and other House Ethics Committee's folks to explain what just happened. And yet they're going to incarcerate Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro for the same sort of things. The duplicity, the selective prosecution, the inconsistency of justice that has been administered and applied by the Biden administration has to wash down the drain like a bad dinner.
You know, let me just tell you something. The only thing that Democrats care about is power. That's it. It's not about human being. It's not about who's in there now. It's about them being able to retain all of the power in Washington, D.C. Power is their grace. That's the only thing that makes them happy. Being able to tell you what to do, because you dumb hayseed hick, you don't know what's good for you. And we're going to tell you what's good for you. And not only that, we're going to make you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, to your first point, Michael, I didn't mean to jump on you, but it's like all these circumstances connect the dots, right? I mean, they're all related. But to your first point about the event, last night's acceptance speech by President Trump was beautiful. We noticed a calm come over him. I guess if you saw your life in your hands for a split second and wondering if the sting you feel in your ear is part of a bigger wound that might just end your life that day, or if it was just a grazing flesh wound. I guess if anyone experienced that, there'd be a few days of humility, and I think that's what we've seen in Donald Trump. What really amazes me about the character of this man is that his vice presidential pick was not mine, but I submit to you it was a better choice than I could have made, because the choice of J.D. Vance, a 39-year-old, I hate to say kid, but let's just say he's younger than me. J.D. Vance stepped up and told us all about how he's going to transition his vice president, how he's going to behave as a vice president in transitioning the future culture of the Republican Party. That's what the message was to me. It wasn't about Donald Trump when Donald Trump was talking. It wasn't about me like the Democrats do. It was about we. I saw a man who was being a leader to worry more about the future of this nation than himself. And while he said it, and he said it clearly, I'm only going to talk about this incident once, me getting shot. We got to talk about a nation. We got to talk about a future. We got to protect the future. I believe with full passion that when he's in office, we will fix what just came on the news while you were broadcasting. This Gorshkovich just found guilty for 18 years by a Russian bogus court system. We will see what Trump does. Mark my word. Give him, if it doesn't happen before Trump gets in office, you watch how quickly they return Mr. Gorshkovich to the United States. You watch how quickly this border, southern and northern borders, get protected in the United States. You watch how the Justice Department finds themselves dealing with a new attorney general that puts these characters out of their jobs or seriously disciplined and penalized for what they have done to apply a miscarriage of justice, an unequal use of justice through the court system. You watch how certain judges disappear into the horizon and not be seen again. And you watch how some of these characters who have intentionally tried to take down an innocent man for their own political gains, how this system of our democracy, our constitutional republic, is self-corrects itself. Again, we talked about this. The system of our constitutional republic has a self-correcting mechanism in it, unlike any other autocracy or socialist fascist environment where they don't self-protect. Oh, they self-protect, all right. They self-protect the select few at the top and not the group at large. That's the story for today.
Thank you so much for joining us, Gene Valentino, the Velvet Hammer. You have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Hi, friends. Gene Valentino from the Grassroots Truthcast. You've got to join us not only for the great shows and entertainment and guests, but you got to join us because our sponsorship is growing. And it would mean a lot to them, not to mention me, if you come on board. And the one we're featuring this week is Luis Sanchez from the Cigar Shop. He owns a company called La Tradicion Cubana. The Cigar Shop, Miami, Florida, since 1995. This Luis is really one heck of a guy. He's determined to manufacture cigars based on an unprecedented excellence in quality using old-fashioned Cuban methods. Uh, the cigar isn't always cheaper, but it is better. And if, like you're drinking a fine wine, you got to have a fine cigar, look for Luis Sanchez at the Cigar Shop. He helped me find a nice Connecticut wrapper with a Nicaraguan blend. And this cigar has become not only my enjoyment, but this cigar has also become my brand and my marketing tool. If you notice up close, we've got a little label he's put on there for me. And that's my website, genevalentino.com. It's at the Grassroots Truthcast. Now, here's the deal. You go to thecubanshop.com, find the cigar you want, and Luis will throw in the labels for free. But you got to tell him Gene sent you. Tell Luis Gene sent you. The labels are free. These are $50 to $100 values based on the count. And you can get this to become part of your branding experiment. I'm using this with my guests on the Grassroots Truthcasts. This could be your brand on your product, your service, anywhere in the world. Look for Luis Sanchez at thecubanshop.com. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your smoke.
This is Chris Ruddy, and I love Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truth Cast. Make sure you're tuning in just like I do every day, every week, every minute.